I work for the Oracle Technology Network, and I'm here with Jonas Ernhill, who is one of the creators behind the Kung Fury independent film.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about the Kung Fury film. It's a Kickstarter project. Kind of how did you guys get it?
Yeah, it all started with we wanted to make like a whole movie, but
Yeah.
we didn't have the money for it, so we tried to use the materials that we already shot into creating this trailer that which we put on Kickstarter in
Mhm.
order to try to get some money, and we reached our goal within 24 hours after we released it, and it
Wow.
really went viral. So after 30 months, we got no 30 days, we got like $630,000 from around 18,000 people. So we really noticed that people are really interested in this project, and we did get the funding to complete the whole 30 minutes movie.
Yeah, and I think the sort of film you guys are doing is not something you could get normal financing for. Like
Not
this is
in the
something
beginning. I
which wouldn't happen
remember
without a funding vehicle like Kickstarter.
we actually tried to apply for money before the Kickstarter, but everyone was like, "What the hell is this? Like, you can't make this into a movie." But after the Kickstarter, and people really noticed that people were interested and really like stoked about it. Then people wanted to like collaborate with us.
Yeah, so that gave you the credibility to kind
Yeah.
of take it to the next level.
So yeah, I think like the trailer was a good thing because then we could like show instead of just tell what we wanted to create. So I'm happy that we were able to do the trailer so we could like show the concept.
So your primary responsibility in the film was, you mentioned cinematography.
Yeah, we're like three people who shares the title. It's me, Martin Gärdemalm, and Mattias Andersson. So we've been working in a kind of untraditional way where we kind of like try to decide like what each shot should look like together instead of like just one person deciding.
Okay, yeah, so
so
more collaborative.
Yeah, and outsiders can't even imagine how we can work like that, but for us it's perfect.
Nice. Um, and then you guys worked off like a storyboard for the film
Yeah,
overall?
we have like a really talented storyboard artist called Janne Widmark. He's, I think he's an educated screenwriter from the beginning. So we really needed a storyboard because like it's so much VFX in it. So we really had to know, especially when we work so much with green screen. So we had like this animated the storyboard for the whole movie that we
Oh
followed
wow,
when
so
we
the
were shooting.
storyboard actually was pretty detailed before
Yeah, really detailed.
you even
Otherwise,
started shooting.
it wouldn't have been possible otherwise.
And I guess it seems like there's a lot of special effects in the film as well.
Yeah, it's
so
a couple of them. I think it's 400 plus VFX shots, and
wow.
there's a VFX house in Stockholm called Fido who like made most of the material. So they worked for 9 months, and I think it was in total around 46 people involved in the project.
Wow.
So yeah, it was nice, like having some professional people. Before Fido got involved, it was just like David, who's stars in it, directs it, wrote the script and everything.
Mhm.
His plan from the beginning was to do all the VFX himself. But I think the movie,
I think that's way too much.
yeah, I think the
work,
movie
yeah.
would probably be finished in like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah. So for the trailer,
Yeah.
did you guys actually do more of that work yourselves for special effects and things?
Yeah, it was David and another guy called Claes Trulsson who were sitting in front of the computers for like 24/7 for 2 months or something like that,
Wow.
just for like those 2.5 minutes. So it was like, yeah, they went into like crunch mode to like complete the trailer so we could like release it just after Christmas. So
Yes, they were rushing to get it
yeah,
done in a really short
so
time
they
frame.
didn't have that much time to sleep and relax. So they were just like in front of the computer the whole time just to get
Yeah,
it
that's
done.
crazy. So like I'm curious about some of the video stuff because I do a lot of kind of run and gun video and audio stuff
Yeah.
on my own. So what sort of cameras or equipment were you using to shoot the film?
A lot of people think that we used a lot of fancy cameras,
Yeah.
but we didn't have any money, so it's basically your typical DSLR camera. We used Canon 5D, the Mark II and Mark 3 the
Okay.
most.
Yeah, that's
Well,
really common for like
yeah.
schools to use for teaching
Yeah, and we had like
videography.
this 24 to 105 millimeter lens that we used the most. But we also had some better cameras, like we shot some scenes on like red cameras and other cameras as well, depending on if we wanted to do slow motion or if we were outdoors, depending on what we needed. But most of the material is like from a Canon 5D.
Most of the material is your Canon
Yeah, with some,
DSLR shooters.
with some cheap ass soft boxes from China. But as long as you have like the imagination, you don't really need that much fancy equipment to do stuff.
Yeah. How about for you mentioned soft boxes. So what do
Yeah.
you do for lighting in the sets?
We had like different themes for depending where we were. So for Nazi Germany, we tried to imagine that there were some really bright lights, pretty high up. So we wanted a lot of lights coming from behind, and we talked about
so for more dramatic shots.
Yeah, exactly. So we talked about we didn't do any beauty shots. We just wanted to make sure that everything looked dramatic. So it was like some scenes that we had as like, oh, looks really beautiful. We need to change the lights. This looks way too beautiful. So and we went bananas with color filters as well.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of like the Terminator movies, the Highlander movies, just to get like a really nice reference. And it's like a lot of why is that red light there? Oh, it's just because it looks cool. So we try to make it that way.
Yeah, yeah. So kind of going for a more dramatic effects,
Yeah.
but less realistic.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. Like usually when you shoot stuff are supposed to look pretty, and you can't like use too much color filters. But now we could just go haywire with like, oh, we want more blue filters, more red filters, yellow filters, whatever.
Were there any scenes or shots in the film where you really felt like it was unique or something you're proud of?
Basically everything. It's so like when it comes to like Swedish movie making, it's more about like youth growing up, and it's difficult and hard, and I know find your sexuality or whatever. And this is like a action movie with not that much depth. I'm proud of. I love. We do a lot of VFX stuff, but we all love practical effects. So we had the chance to pull up some miniatures and stuff, and that was really fun. And we hope we can do more of that stuff.
Yeah, okay,
later.
so that was probably interesting for your part.
Yeah, you just feel like a little kid, but there's a lot of questions like how do you get the exposure right on a explosion? So we had to like do some test shots and stuff. But it's fun.
So how many times did you have to blow up the same?
I think we had like one test, maybe like 2 or 3 times.
To test different things and then get it just right.
But that's also scary if you don't get a good shot. Then we have to like reset everything, and it would probably take months, and we don't have the money. So the planning was like really, really important, because like this costs a lot of money. We can't like mess it up.
Nice. So do you have any plans for a future project? Anything you have cooking?
Yeah, hopefully we're working on a feature script for Kung Fury, and that has to take the time that it needs. We don't want to, if it's going to be like a feature movie, we want it to be even better than the short movie. And I mean, let's face it, how many good sequels have you seen? Like,
not many.
Yeah, it's like the second Terminator movie.
Yeah.
So we really need a good feature script before we can even start talking about like how to make that movie come true.
Yeah. So you're just like in the idea phase right now.
Yeah, we have like a outline for a story, but that needs to be like developed and written down and everything. So it's still a lot of work left until we hopefully can make that feature.
That's pretty cool. And how do you like speaking at events like this at Øredev, like the keynote this morning?
It's fun. It's always nice to talk about stuff that you do.
Yeah.
Like the best conversation topic is always yourself. So I try to.
Have you guys given other presentations like the one this morning?
This is actually the first one that me and Leopold has held together. But we heard that we look like an old married couple on stage. So that's like the best review you can
I think that's
get.
a compliment.
Yeah, but we're gonna have like I'm actually going to Russia in the end of the month to talk about this movie. So
nice.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So we have like some presentation gigs coming up.
Have you guys noticed any particular like geography where your film's done really well?
The States is really big. It's really went viral thanks to Reddit and like the American audience there.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty worldwide. Like we had around 40 backers who came to me when we were shooting the movie last summer.
Cool.
And they were from like the States, were from New Zealand, Australia, Russia, all like different parts of Europe. So that's the good thing with like the internet. It's really, if it goes viral, it's really like all around the world.
You can just hit a global audience really easily.
But we noticed that it's a lot of guys around their 30s that likes it.
Yeah, probably old. Well, mid-aged guys like me who grew up with those films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I grew up with those films. David, the creator, grew up with it, and that's really like the first movie memories you have is like I know, like watching Indiana Jones and be scared when they pull out the heart and stuff like that. That's one of my earliest film memories.
Nice. Cool. So it's awesome chatting with you about the film.
Yeah.
I hopefully people check it out if they haven't already seen the film. So go to kungfury.com.
Yeah. It's for free on YouTube, so
yeah,
check it out.
All right, and thanks very much, Jonas.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.